Hey everyone, this is a sort of an experiment of an even more casual catch-up type video, like in between a reading catch-up and a vlog, because I have a lot of things going on and I feel like I want to make a video, but I'm also busy and anyway, there's a lot going on and I want to catch you up a little bit. I just even seeing my almost full row of classics makes me happy. And one thing I'm trying to do, I mean, it's basically all going back to this decision to retire next year. So I have one more year of teaching, but even that year of teaching will be fewer classes. So it'll be transitioning out of the work world. And it's kind of giving me so much joy to think about that. And I mean, there's some trepidation, but it's mainly joy because I feel like I'll just be able to do so many cool things and even just relax in a way that because of the teaching, I mean, I'm having these thoughts of like even style wise, I started, not that I wanted to get into thrifting more because I think thrifting is one of those fun things where you really need to have a lot of time to look things through. And also in our town, there's this really cool lady who has a store called thredUP where it's beyond Goodwill. It's more like recycling, reusing. They are dedicated to trying to keep the clothes out of the cycle of old clothes. There are way too many clothes in the world. And she does, but see, here's one issue, like, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who has this issue. Because it's a small activist type place, they want you to clean your stuff first, not just stuff it in a bag and give it to Goodwill where it gets disinfected and lands in this big pile of clothes probably. And so you have to do more work to go there. And she sort of needs support. So right now it's even the fact that you may even have to pay to give her the clothes, a little bit, not much. And so of course, is that going to work? But I really want to get in touch with her. She's on Blue Sky. I like her. Like she's, someone there. And there are a lot of people in this city that I think I could become at least acquaintances with. And I've already checked out. It's almost like a retirement community here. We have something called the name of the town. I don't care. People know where I live. Oxford Seniors. They do a lot of sort of typical stuff, but I'm down to try almost anything once. Line dancing, the choir. I've always told Bill I'd like to play bingo. I'm just not that hard to entertain, but because that's kind of why I'm sort of happy not doing much, but I have a feeling, at least initially, I want to try things out. There's even like a lunch that's cheaper than a restaurant lunch for seniors. You go and give them $2.50 and it's not special, it's not that great, but he's not interested in trying it. And it's pretty close, but I have a neighbor that I'm friends with, Diane, and so I'm going to see if she would like to try going to the lunch. And it's more just for the social aspects of it. They also have later on Meals on Wheels. They have this thing where you can sign up to visit homebound people, which I actually think I might want to try because I have a feeling once we're homebound, it would be nice to get a visit. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So like volunteer things like that. Anyway, that's just the tip of the iceberg of things that are occurring to me about what I can do in this new life that I'm going to have if the planet is still here. I am reading The Deluge, and so a little reading update, but that I like it, but there's a but. I think because he's got so many characters that he's talking about, I'm not completely convinced by all the characters, and the vignettes that he has them go through are interesting. Sometimes they seem like, I don't know, it's not the greatest writing. It's fine. It's adequate. It's not bad. But because it's extremely character driven, so you have to sort of go with these characters and kind of believe them. And of course, the climate stuff is interesting because it is sort of realistic, like, and and also the timeline of starting in 2014, I think, and then now we're in 2032, and sort of things are ratcheting up in terms of the awfulness of the climate stuff. And so it is very interesting read. It's a good read. It's a bit depressing. And sometimes I've had sort of little moments of, oh gosh, I wish I were reading something else. Later on, because my arm's getting tired and I have to start work, I'll tell you about the audio stuff that I'm doing because I am doing interesting stuff too. If you notice this little thing here, I'm experimenting with the back brace for sitting for my posture because I tend to slouch and I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. But I should stop doing this because this is hurting my arm. I'll talk to you later. I'm just sort of chatting away at the camera per usual. I'll catch up a bit more later on. Bye. Back to work now. With my printouts for tomorrow whirring in the background, my every day they get some kind of worksheet with exercises. I wanted to come on here and give a little update. It's quite late, and I'm not done. I mean, not that late. It's 4, but I always try and be done with all my work before dinner so I can take the night off. I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about the audio stuff that has been going on in my life, audio reading. So I started this on audio, which is the book that a mysterious person, I got on some list whereby they gave it to me for free in my bookshelf at school, my little cubby hole that we have there. And so I started listening to it, and it's good. It's very British, very, very British, takes place in the 50s or the 40s, I'm not sure. Post-war. It's early post-war Britain, and it's got that sort of vibe. It's quite well written, but it's a detective novel, straight up mystery, whatever, and I'm not used to those anymore. I don't read them. I had a Lord Peter Wimsey phase when I was young. But what happened was, because it's a detective novel and there's a lot of names being thrown around, it all just gets too jumbled in my brain, even as an audio, when I'm going around doing my chores. And so I decided to stop listening to it and go back to reading it, even though I bought it, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And so my new one, and I guess I'll find a picture for you here, that's really quite good, even though he's sort of been quasi-cancelled, is Cormac McCarthy. I'm not going to get into the whole reason why he was cancelled. For some reason, I shouldn't even say this, but I hate Neil Gaiman more. I'll just put it that way. I'm listening to All the Pretty Horses, so an earlier McCarthy than Blood Meridian, and he's just really good at the Western, the Mexico, the relationships, even though this is 20th century, so this is later, it's almost like you couldn't hardly tell, except now and then they mention cars. It's like the 40s, I think. And the main guy is this young fellow who is horse whisperer, etc. And it's kind of like showing us his life. And there's some stuff I missed there a little bit too with the audio, but it's not nearly as important to. It's just, you just sort of go with the rhythms of the text more with this one. And it's really quite well read by someone, I don't know who it is. Sometimes I think he overdoes the sort of, let's make the most of his wonderful prose, and he gets very sort of, I don't know. I think if I were reading it, I might sort of, I think sometimes less is more with McCarthy's wonderful sentences. But it's very good, and I'm enjoying it. And it's a good audio, and it's very sort of, it just whisks you away out of your everyday stuff into this world of the desert and Mexico and horses, and just the whole vibe is quite nice. And so I'm enjoying that. And we did actually, I think it's one of those books where I had a copy and gave it away. So now I wouldn't mind actually having a copy of it, but I don't think I'm going to get a copy. I think I'm just going to do it as a lesson. And so that's my little update. Now I still have to work. I have to do something special, like for a student who's leaving early, and that's why I still have work to do. This morning I even went so far as, it's pretty cringe. I recorded a TikTok to do with German grammar, but I might delete it because it's silly, and it's not really on TikTok it's all just cats. and I shouldn't even be on there again anyway. I got rid of it, and then when it came back I did download it again. So yeah, the world is still a hellscape, but we're doing okay. Everything on Blue Sky from there is just one awful thing after another is being done and happening, and life just goes on anyway. I mean, in a certain sense, for the lucky ones for whom things are just still okay. I'm going to be booking a ticket to Germany soon. I'm going to go to Germany earlier this year, and then next year, the first year of my new retirement, I think the plan is, I think I'll just go there for my birthday, like in September. I haven't been to Germany in the months of school since, I don't even know how long. Actually, probably 2010, like the year that I had an unplanned sabbatical because I got denied tenure. I went in March, which was bad timing because then I got a lot of interviews for jobs right after that, but that's like a long time ago. I remember being in Germany and they were all upset about the thing in Japan, the atomic the nuclear crisis that with the tsunami and everything. That was a long time ago. So yeah, that's my little update, and I'm doing okay. I am still slouching even though I have my thing on, and it's still quite comfortable, but it is sort of like, I can tell how it'll be nice when I take it off, but then I will sort of crumble, I think, a little bit. But I think it does help my posture. So I'm kind of glad I got it, but I'm gonna stop because I'm noticing how this is not good for my arm to be holding this. I like my plant, and I especially like how sometimes it can make it look like it's coming out of my head. Woo! Silly. And of course, Bill, now that it's nice, this is the first warmer day. It's like in the 60s, maybe even having towards 70. He's out in the yard. He's just having a great, he's just so happy to be out back in the yard. And one thing we'll have to work on in our retirement years is making the winters fun, despite the weather, and probably also not with being snowbirds where we actually go anywhere, because we are a little trapped here because of the kitties, and but that we're happily trapped. It's fine. So I think one of the things I'm going to try and lean into is just a sort of thought here is experiencing the seasons and more mindfully, which he's doing with his gardening, and I can sort of just the whole shift of the year from it being the academic year that structures your life so much to the actual year, January through December, and how that shift could be a kind of a nice one and a useful one, mentally speaking. All these kinds of thoughts I'm having, besides all the work that I'm doing. So I'll talk to you later, maybe a little bit more. Maybe we need some cats in this quasi-vlog. No kitties so far. They're all having a final time. They enjoy the warmer weather. Although they're not all outside. Even Mr. T, I think, is inside right now, taking a nap somewhere. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey, everyone. It's Thursday. The last time I talked to you was Tuesday. And I could just tell, like, on that day, I was, like, really wanted to film and, like, talk. And today I don't feel that way, but I'm here anyway, because I wanted to finish up the video, kind of. I didn't feel like I finished it. Even though I don't have that much more to add. I'm not sure if I talked about the deluge. I think I did a little bit. It's going, but I don't have a lot of time to read it. So, but I'm glad I have my journal that I've shown you that before, my little reading journal. But this is really just to say, this is going to be a weird in-between type chat with you guys. I don't think there's anything, maybe, I don't know. It's like I feel a little bit like cautious now because I think some of my students have found the channel. Hi students, if you watch. I have a feeling they won't watch. They'll just kind of like be silent, and that's fine. Not that many I have, but I could sort of, I don't know, they see the name and then they kind of get curious about it. And, so if you're here, hello, you're struggling. So it's like I feel like I can't talk like I usually do because when I was sort of incognito, which is silly. It doesn't really matter. They can hear me talk about whatever. Yes. So the health thing. Yeah, I want to talk about health. So the one thing I'm going through is, I don't think I talked about this before, so I should go check. But I think, so the new issue is my blood pressure is high. And so we're trying to get that under control. So, I mean, it's sort of, I thought I was sort of in denial about it being high, but it isn't high. And so I'm going to try and like get healthier and eat better because I haven't been eating very well. I think that's part of the reason. And also, I'm so out of shape. I really need to get in better shape and, also lose some weight. But the main thing is I can tell I'm like, even when I walk a little bit, I get winded easily. A typical state of being when you're not in shape. And so that's kind of, and the issue with the blood pressure was that the first medication caused really bad reaction. Like, I was in such pain from it, stomach issues. And so I'm on a new one now, and that seems to be okay. I think it's okay. It's better than the other one. And so there is that going on too, but we'll get it all under control. Very normal stuff for a lot of people I know. And I think that's about it for now. Sorry for the strange update. Hope everyone is doing well, and I will be back maybe with a vlog. Like we're having like an early spring time with warmer days, and so Bill's more out in the yard and doing stuff. So yeah, we'll see what comes next. when the mood strikes me, I'll update you all, guys, everyone. And I do hope to get back into more commenting on other people's videos. I do watch now and then, but I just don't have the time or the energy to comment a lot. And yeah, we move on through the awfulness of our world right now, politically speaking. But what can you do? You know, you do what you can. I'll talk to you later. Bye.